What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Unboxing with Bill. On today's episode, I'm going to unbox some stuff that I got up in Kalamazoo, Michigan. So stay tuned. This will be fun. All right, so Carafa. I made a road trip up to Michigan to go to GarageCon, a one-day gaming event held by my friend Larry Hamilton from the Follow Me and Die channel. It was a great day. I got to meet a bunch of great people and play games that I, in some cases, had never played. No, actually, in all three cases, I had never played. So GarageCon started out fulfilling a dream come true for me, which was playing Boot Hill. Now, for those who don't know, Boot Hill was one of the original line of games from TSR, and it was a game that I had grown up hearing about and even watched my brother play with his friends, but I never had a chance to play it back in the day. So for me to be able to play a short game of Boot Hill run by Larry was awesome. And it was everything that I hoped it would be and a lot of fun. So then we played another game called Numenera, which was run by the extremely competent game master skills of Steve Fritzma. And that game was also new to me. And I really liked the system. I liked the cool, surreal kind of vibes of the game that were kind of, I don't even know, science fantasy, post-apocalyptic, but fantasy, but I don't know. It was a really cool game, really cool setting. I liked the character creation process, and the group that we played with was awesome. And we were joined by Nate from WASD20. I hadn't seen him in a bit, so it was great to see him. And then to close out GarageCon, we played a little game that Larry introduced us to called Lizards vs. Wizards, and it was an absolute blast. A total surprise. Had no idea that this game even existed, but it's available on DriveThruRPG. Pay what you want, and I strongly encourage people, for anything that is pay what you want, to at least give a couple bucks, because like $2 or $5 is better than $0. It was an absolute blast. Character creation completely random. You roll up your lizard within minutes and you're ready to go. That was GarageCon, but that's not why you're here. Or maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe that's like the best part of this video. We'll see. While I was up in Michigan, I stopped at a game store in Kalamazoo called Fanfare. Now, the background on this is that I had discovered Fanfare kind of on accident years and years ago, when I was taking my sons up to a winter campout for the Scouts, and there was a massive snowstorm, and I kind of had to kill time in Kalamazoo until the roads were plowed, and I found Fanfare, this gaming store, and it was awesome. To me, it was like revisiting an old school, like golden era gaming store. They had games galore, tons of table space, and comics, and even like used games and vintage gear and collectibles. It was just an awesome place. And so when I realized that I was making the commitment to go to GarageCon, I was like, I gotta make a stop. And I went to Kalamazoo and went to Fanfare, and it was great. And I bought some classic stuff. I found so many things that I probably could have spent hundreds of dollars there, but I didn't have hundreds of dollars. So I bought a very special issue of Dragon Magazine, issue number 80. If you know, you know. I did an episode of From the Vault on this issue, but it's my original copy. The cover had detached from the magazine from wear and tear. So I found a nice quality condition issue, and it was great to revisit that. I bought a few comics, some Conan comics, and then I bought some minis. Now you might be thinking I found some vintage minis. Nope, I didn't. I did find some other minis that I wanted to buy though anyway, so here they are. Here's the unbagging of these minis. So the first one I got for myself because I'm a selfish person, and I was like, I want this rogue human looking dude. I think there's a lot of versatility. I think you could use this rogue. This is an Icons of the Realm premium miniature human rogue. And I wanted to get this dude because I had an idea that he kind of could fulfill my mini for a game that I'm currently playing in, where my character is actually a multi-class bard and warlock. But he kind of looks dope. So that is... I love the detail on these like premium ones. As many of you guys know, I have kind of gone over to the dark side of buying pre-painted minis because I simply do not have the time or skill to really paint minis. I still like to paint minis, but I'm so slow and I just don't have a lot of time. And unfortunately, I don't have a great place in my home anymore for crafting and for painting minis. So it's kind of difficult for me to do that. So to be able to find a mini where I have a lot of detail here, show you the backside there. Can you see that detail in 4K, Dave? And if you're watching this and you have an actual monitor capable of 4K, you should select the quality option of 4K. I forget to mention that, but that's a reason why we do this, for unboxings. So I really like this guy. I'm excited to play with him. My son wanted his own mini, and he wanted a mini that was representative of an idea that he's been exploring in his own world building process, which is a person of the desert, let's say. And I'll just cut to the chase. This dude clearly has a very like Arabian influence to him. Perhaps intended for some setting, you know, in the world of D&D. But I really like this mini that he picked out. And he's got a lot of cool details to him. His like cape is like flapping in the wind. It's kind of a really cool action pose. I don't know if that'll be annoying in gameplay because it kind of takes up a lot of room. But you could see with these two guys like right next to each other, they kind of have a cool look to them. So so my son has this idea to make this character and kind of have it be involved in the setting that he's been developing, which is pretty cool. Okay, so then I saw this Icons of the Realm's Boneyard. Now, I mean, I have a stupid amount of monsters. I really don't need any more monsters, but I saw this box, and I'm a sucker for, you know, the undead, as most of you probably know already. So I'm like, I gotta see what's in this. I gotta get this box and unbox it. So these packs always seem to come with like one big dude and a clutch of little dudes. What do we have in store? Oh my God. This is awesome. So for 7 reasons, I'm gonna explain why. This is a Elder Black Pudding. So basically, if you're into the puddings, this thing is massive. It's massive. It's a creature. It's intended to be a monster. But I could also see, just off the top of my head, I could see you using this as kind of something other than what it's intended for. If you maybe wanted to have a variation on like an elemental or some other primordial representation of a, you know, divine entity. Or it could be a trap. You know, you can have somebody entrapped. Look at that, Krafa. Isn't that pretty cool? No. You can have a guy like trapped in the ooze, you know?
It's an asphalt monster.
It's an asphalt monster, that's right. Elder Black Pudding. That's really cool. I really... Well, there's the base. I really like this. I mean, I have a lot of like dragons and giants and stuff, but I don't have a lot of those kind of weird... I don't know what oozes are. Are they aberrations? I should probably know that. Of course, my crafting brain sees this packaging, and then I flip it upside down, and I'm like, oh, that could be cool, too.
No.
That could be, yes, it could be, Karafa. Look at that. It's like a silver, or like a crystal room. It's like it would make like a cool, I might actually save this.
Yeah, I'm going to break that.
Don't. Karafa prevents me from hoarding crafting materials, because otherwise they start to pile up, and then they attract mice. So, but this could be really cool. This could be really cool. I could see the possibility of cutting out this auxiliary plastic and just using this domed frame as like a setting. Or maybe not cutting it out. Maybe just roofing it in. I don't know. I'm saving that. Screw you, Carafa.
Yeah, I'm throwing it out.
Don't throw it out.
I'm throwing it out.
All right. I still got 3 little dudes here. So let's check these out. And again, I will say this in case you're just tuning in. I picked these minis up, and I know these minis can be found pretty much anywhere or purchased online, but I picked these up at a game store in Kalamazoo called Fanfare, and I'm glad I did because I like to shop local. I like to support friendly local game stores instead of just buying them. There's a cool skeleton, and if I'm not mistaken, it's like a dwarf skeleton of a dwarf, which is cool. A lot of skeleton minis that I have are like definitely medium-sized humanoid skeletons, so it's cool to have some variety in my undead, my animated dead. This is a skeleton, also clearly and nicely painted, I might add. Clearly a humanoid, human perhaps, or elf, but definitely medium-sized. And then we have something colorful. What is this? What is this last figure of strangeness? Ooh, a spawn of Cayuse. Now, I don't remember my lore, but I think the spawn of Cayuse are like zombies, like I don't know what imbues them with their undead power, but they kind of, I don't know the lore on that, but they kind of look like yellow musk zombies from the old days. So maybe it's some slime or musk that imbues them with their necromantic powers. So just for scale in the whole, here's what I got out of that Boneyard pack. Here's the 2 individual dudes that we bought. It's a nice little haul from supporting a friendly local game store. And that's, one of the things that I like to do. I do like to collect minis because I think that when you're at a table with people, it's great to play at a table with people and to be able to support a friendly local game store as well. Does not hurt. Okay, I have one last bonus item. Dave, are you ready?
No.
A while back, I ordered some stuff on eBay, and then I hid it inside of my basement from my wife so that she wouldn't find out about all the dumb things that I order on eBay. And so then I found it, and it's dope because it expands my Lizard Man collection. Oh, wow. I remember finding these now. I'm going to turn this guy to the side. Look at that detail. First of all, metal minis seem to have, first of all, they have a ton more weight, and they seem to have just more detail in the sculpts. Check that out, dude. Spin around and check that out. I don't even know what company this is or what game system they're from, but these are like Lizard Man minis. This dude has a turtle shell shield and a dope spear. Look at that. This guy's like an archer. This guy's got like a bone club. Can you see those guys, Dave? Mm-hmm. I'll turn them to this side now. That's some fine detail. Fine detail. Now, part of the reason why I've been intentionally hoarding Lizard Man minis of a variety is that I want a variety because one of the biggest races in my original world are the Kemrog. And the Kemrog are, they're a, how would I describe them? They're a saurian race. So I suppose if you kind of took elements of Lizardmen and Dragonborn and dinosaurs, I don't know, and kind of blended them together. It's sort of complex, and I don't want to give too much away, but suffice it to say I need a lot of Lizardmen minis so that if I were to get to a point where I can run some fun adventures and Kemrog were, involved, I would have plenty to choose from. So this definitely expands my collection, and I love the detail in these guys. I'm glad that I ordered them, and it's like a special surprise because I totally forgot about them, and now I have them. So that has been the extent of my unboxing for today. Quite a nice haul.
So what happened to all the minis
They're all...
behind you?
Oh,
You had to sell
yes.
them.
I didn't sell them, Krafa. I should say that. I did not sell the minis, if you were wondering. We're doing a little bit of redecorating on the set. I took the minis home in part of my effort to consolidate and inventory them because literally the number of minis is getting out of control and I lost track of what was where, so I kind of started to do an inventory. But that's why the shelves are a little bit barren right now. But fear not, they will return with more knickknacks and decor. But that's been this episode of Unboxing with Bill, featuring my tales of GarageCon and visiting Fanfare games in Kalamazoo. So remember always to shop at your friendly local game store and support them whenever you can, even if it costs a couple extra bucks, because that's what anchors our community, are those game stores. And a lot of us cut our teeth playing games and buying games in those kind of hobby shops and game stores. So we want to keep that going. So do that when you can. And as always, thank you for liking, subscribing, and sharing anything that you can to help support the channel. And we'll see you on the next episode of Unboxing with Bill. Here's a little story about a man named Bill. Went up to Michigan and bought himself some more crap because he can't stop buying things. What's that? What's that, Mr. Furbolg? Huh? Make sure I'm in focus.
No, you're not.
I am incredible and people should see more of me. Although, I don't know what's going on with my mustache, dude. I need to get some more of that beard oil for my mustache.
Well, hello, and welcome to Bill Allen World. I am Wizzy, the Wizard. I'm back once again to remind you to subscribe and click on the notifications button, and also watch videos that are over there. Tune in to the next episode of whatever show you were just watching, and watch other shows featuring Bill. He made me say that, because he's a narcissist. Okay, bye.